Hey guys, welcome to Techno News episode 22. Remember to hit the thumbs up button, sub to the channel, ring the bell for alerts for going live and other content, and leave a comment. Any feedback is appreciated, but even if you just leave your favourite emote or whatever, it'll do to generate some sort of engagement. So just put anything in there. Very much appreciate it. Thank you. I do go live most nights from around 10 o'clock UK time on kick.com/technofishlive, and you can follow my other socials at Technofish Live. On Valorant announced the Guys 2 bundle. I'm not that keen personally. It's got a knife as well as the axe and the melee. The Ares looks like it's got a ball sack. There's a shorty, a bookie, and Phantom, I believe. Doesn't really do much for me. I did like the guy as Vandal and the Marshal, but these don't really do a lot for me. Let me know what you think below. Thank you. Ubisoft announced they're making the Division 3. I never really got into the first two, to be honest. Just seemed like a bit of a bullet sponge game, shooting clip after clip after clip after clip into the enemy and not really getting anywhere. I'm assuming it was popular, because they wouldn't be making a third one if not. Yeah, they didn't really give a date or anything. They just said that it is in development. Let me know what you think below. Not really much for me. Yeah, so another game that was released recently was Payday 3. It came out and had a lot of issues basically on launch. There's a lot of people saying they couldn't get into the game. The servers and things like that, the matchmaking was screwed. I wouldn't mind giving it a look just to see what it's all about. I never tried the others actually, but maybe I need to. So we'll have a look at that. But yeah, it could be fun. Obviously, I'm assuming you need a proper team of players to play. Otherwise, it'll just be a mess online with randoms, but it might be worth looking at. And that's out now. As I said, it did launch with a load of issues, but apparently they have been fixed now. So it may be worth giving it a go. Yeah, it was quite funny with Payday because they actually sent on X that they were #1 on Steam, and then shortly after that, I put a post response up saying it had all gone tits up. Another game that's just recently launched was The Evil Dead. It seems a bit of a strange one. It's like a bit of a Dead by Daylight kind of vibe, like most of the games now. But it was released exclusively to the Epic launcher, which seems a bit strange. And obviously, content-wise, I'm not sure where they're going to go with this because it seems quite limited into the Evil Dead universe, but we shall see. Apparently people are finding it hard to find games because of it being exclusive on the Epic launcher. They're struggling with the matchmaking. It seems to be like not enough players to fill each bracket, so there's like high players against lower players and things like that from what I gather. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, but again, Dead by Daylight was fun, so this could be interesting. I don't know, we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it and see if it comes on Game Pass or whatever. They also announced that they'd cancelled the Switch version, which, given the state of Mortal Kombat on the Switch, I can fully understand. As you can see here, it's a very poor effort. Obviously, the Switch isn't as powerful as the other consoles and platforms and stuff, but this just looks pretty poor all around. Some of the screenshots of the faces and the animations and stuff, they're just like plastic dolls looking dead. I don't know what you can expect from that. But they've cancelled The Evil Dead on the Switch because of that. Staying with Epic, they have announced that they're going to be laying off over 800 staff. They were talking about Fortnite. Obviously, a lot of the content on Fortnite now is done by the community. So I've got a feeling it's reaching towards the end of its life, to be honest. It's been out forever. They were trying to build a big universe around it. Yeah, they're letting over 800 staff go. Speaking of cancellations and things, I was a bit surprised by this, but the Hyenas game has been cancelled. I don't really know what to make of this because the game itself was pretty much ready. I played the beta the other week and it was okay, to be honest. But apparently the Creative Assembly and Sega have decided they're not going to bother releasing it. From what I gather, there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes where the staff who were put onto the game weren't impressed with having to make the game. Obviously, it was Criterion, I think it was, who make racing games. They were told to make this first-person shooter. Throughout development, they were saying it just didn't sort of tick the boxes and put up much competition against what's already out there. And whether that's had a bearing on it or what, I don't know, but it just seems strange that it's got this far into development where the game's pretty much ready for release, and then they decide they don't want to release it after all. It's a bit of a strange situation, that one. Bethesda announced a new Elder Scrolls game, but it's not what you think it is. It's Elder Scrolls Castles, which basically looks like Fallout Shelter. but in Elder Scrolls world with dragons and kings and rubbish. It's a mobile game. I believe it's free to play, but apparently you can't get access to it at the minute because they've let too many people in, and the servers aren't handling it. I think it's still in beta or whatever. But it's going to be microtransactions galore and whatever else, and it's basically just Fallout Shelter, but with castles. The Cal Kestis actor, Cameron Monaghan, mentioned he's currently working on the Star Wars Jedi Survivor sequel, like the third part of the trilogy. I'm assuming it's going to be a trilogy. He was at a Comic-Con event. He didn't give any dates or anything like that. He just says he is involved with making it now. So you can look forward to more ponchos and things like that coming down the line. I'd imagine it'll be a couple of years yet before that comes out. The last couple have took a few years to be re-released, so I'd imagine it'll be next year, if not the year after, for that one. But I've actually started playing the first one. I never actually got into these launch, but I did start playing the first one. And I really need to revisit it, actually, because I was enjoying it. I didn't get very far into it. I think I got off the first planet and done a little bit on the second, but I might pick that back up on stream. I'm thinking about doing a sort of series of where I'm not playing Valorant, basically, and doing Souls-like games, if not the actual Souls games. This might be involved in that. It is in that genre, so it could fit. So I might pick that up down the line. Call of Duty, continuing the barman, mixing things up with random collaborations. Time they've announced, obviously Diablo's coming out. You can control Lilith, the demon woman from Diablo. They've announced Spawn as well as Skeletor for some reason on a He-Man. It could be quite funny actually if he's got some amusing lines and stuff. I think that could be quite entertaining to use. Yeah, generally I'm not that bothered, but we'll see what's what when that comes out. FIFA 23 has been taken down from the online marketplaces, so FC 24 is all that you'll be able to buy now, but it's been getting absolutely slated by some of the big creators. Complete lack of control, ridiculous pricing of loot boxes, as in Ultimate Team packs and stuff, and it's all just a bit crazy. Every video I've seen is people kicking off. They kind of dribble, they kind of move, they kind of shoot, they kind of do this or that. And a couple of games that are coming out that I'm sort of interested in. I've noticed this one, United 1944. It could be interesting. It's a World War II shooter game, but it's also got survival elements where you've got to build bases and sort of collab with other players to show some of what it's all about, what you can do, things like that. So as well as the shooting mechanics, obviously you can build forts and barricade yourselves in and protect yourselves from the other players and stuff. It may be worth looking at if there's a beta or whatever. I'm not sure if it's going to be free to play or if it's a paid title, but I'll keep an eye on that and I might give that a look. It looks quite intriguing. I think there's sort of like an extraction element to it as well, where you run and get your loot and get back to your base and bank it all or whatever. So it could be interesting. Lastly, there's another. I mentioned the Star Wars game. It's a bit of a Souls like. There's another one coming out now, which is Lords of the Fallen. I believe this is a sequel to the Lord of the Fallen game. I never actually looked at that, but I'm sure I've got it on the PlayStation. So I might give that a look as well and see what that's all about down the line. But yeah, it looks very Souls driven. Graphics are rather impressive. I could well be bothered about giving that a look and seeing what that's all about. But graphically, it looks impressive. We'll see what it's all about when it comes out. I'll leave that playing in the background for a bit. Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's it for now. Thanks everyone for coming by. I do appreciate it. If you, as I said at the beginning, if you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up, subbing to the channel, leave a comment for engagement, follow me everywhere else, and I'll catch you live tonight. Have a good one.